How long has it been since you could look in a mirror and tell yourself, I am truly free? How old were you the first time you walked into a courtroom? Do you still see your children? When was the last time you talked to your parents? Why do you have a probation officer when everyone else is doing the same things and yet they never seem to get into trouble? In Lincoln County, Oregon, an experiment is underway. For the last 3 years, the probation office has been offering guided sessions to help offenders explore these and other questions. Eddie is not an actor. He has a long history of drug abuse and has been to prison 3 times. He is currently on both parole and probation. Does his history sound familiar? Dropped out of school at age 15. Father not in the home when he was growing up. Drug use starting at a very early age, 14 or so. In and out of juvenile hall, courts, chronically unemployed. Doing life in jail, as he puts it, on the installment plan. Eddie used drugs this week and had a positive urine test yesterday. His probation officer has a choice: jail him and revoke the probation, or mandate him to something that may be more effective. Today, the probation department has decided that Eddie should get some information. He's been referred to the Lincoln County Behavior Modification Center. This is a storefront converted to a makeshift classroom. Carl Reddig is a parole and probation officer with over 20 years' experience in law enforcement. He has previously arrested some of the offenders in this very classroom. The Franklin model gave him the courage to try something new. The Franklin model asks the question, will the results of your behavior meet your needs over time? What you are seeing out here on the streets is very much an experiment. An experiment in helping offenders gain control of their lives.
Okay, I'd like to welcome you now to the day 1 of the Lincoln County Department of Community Corrections Behavior Modification Center. As I understand it, each of you was sent here in lieu of going to jail. Is that right? Is that true for everyone? So they said you could either do this or go to jail. Eddie, how old were you the first time they put handcuffs on you?
17.
How old are you now?
39.
So what do we have, 22 years there since they first put handcuffs on you, is that right?
Yep.
Jim, how old were you the first time they put handcuffs on you?
My wife put them on me.
I mean the policeman. Never? Okay, what are you on probation for?
You want to know what I was convicted of?
Sure.
They called it menacing.
Okay, and that was how long ago about?
It was July of last year.
We're going to have a lot of news for him in this class, okay? Dan, how long have you been on parole or probation or been in the system?
Going on 8 years now.
Okay. Scott?
Since I was 13,
And you're how old now?
29.
Oh, help me with the math here. That's at least 10 and 16, is that right?
Yeah.
16 years? Help me out. 2 years, is that all? Good deal. I think we got a winner here so far.
3 years.
3 years?
And what's the question? Probation?
Well, how long have you been in what you consider the system, either as an adult or a juvenile?
Since 89.
So it's 97 now, so that's what, about 8 years? Okay, so in here, if you were telling me the truth, we have 60 years of experience with being either on probation, on parole, in jail, in custody, on juvenile probation, making court appearances, talking to police officers, having probation officers. Is this the correct number? Does anyone want to change their number at all? Now this is a definition that's probably not sanctioned by the American Medical Association, certainly not sanctioned by any Department of Corrections. It's just a definition that works for me. And the definition is addictive behavior or unhappiness is compulsive behavior with short-term benefits and long-term destruction. Write that down word for word. It'll become very important.